Jog on, shall we? Bellew of the Week's episode 429. It's going to be a short one tonight, but sometimes that's just the way it is. I'm not going to stretch it out unnecessarily. Let's get on to the Bellews and the main man himself. I haven't heard this for a while. It's Tone.
Let's be totally and brutally honest here. Sean Corbin makes Valerie Brudov look like Ivan Drago. It's as simple as that. He's beat what's in front of him tonight. He faces me. He's going to visit mental demons again. And let's get something straight. Come to me, mate. You come to me. Next time, ain't no judges going to be needed. I'm going to do worse than Kovalev. I am going to do worse than Kovalev.
On Saturday night, mate, you better hold it together. I'm going to smash it near you to pieces, mate. I'm going to hit him. When he gets in the ring and we get 10-ounce gloves on, I'm going to smash his head to bits. I'm going to do it November the 30th against all odds. No matter what people say, the journalists write what you want. All as I'll say is tune back in and then look at me on December the 1st when I am world champion. It's as simple as that.
I'm willing to die in that ring. It's as simple as that. I am willing to die. I'm willing to die, Zaki. Is he? You fucking rat!
Oh, man.
He's a legend, isn't he?
I love how he was playing the A side there. You come to me, mate. You come to me.
Simple as that.
Simple as that. Good old Tone. It's as simple as that. Yes, as promised earlier, I shall throw it in now. The lesser spotted Mr. Heyman himself, he's putting on some great fights at the moment. You don't see him at shows very often, but I have gone back for your viewing pleasure, indeed, about 20-odd years ago. The late Vernon Forrest, who was actually Mr. Al's first client, praise be, defeating Sugar Shane Mosley. Have a look in the ring afterwards and you shall see the lesser spotted man himself. Here he is.
Vicious assault of power punches, starting with two right-hand leads over the top that landed flush, and then a brilliant uppercut that really put Shane Mosley in big trouble for a round and a half.
Score Mosley 1,000 for Hart. Didn't give up. Kept trying to get back into the fight.
But score Forrest 1,000 for technique and for being able to use his right hand with tremendous...
There we go in the suit, Andy. That's Al himself.
Oh, what? I'm rich, bitch! You don't know who I be, dumb fucks. But well, they like to get a hug off Big Al by. Seems to mean it.
That's the fucking Midas touch right there. You get the brush off Uncle Al. That's fucking big time bucks, baby.
Aye.
Dude, when Forrest landed that uppercut that dropped Mosley, he didn't know what the fuck happened. It had never occurred to him he could go down in a fight.
And after fucking Jinxie got hold of him or whatever her fucking name was. What was her name?
Jen Mosley.
Yeah.
She took everything by apart from his cock and balls.
That's for fucking sure.
She even took like his title belts and shit. Like she was just a brutal, contentious bitch.
She probably, no Mosley as well. He probably like wrote her tons of love letters and she just like ripped them all up in front of him as well. She's like, these are what the fuck either. Your grammar is off. You're fucking useless.
She probably used him to light the cigar of her 23-year-old boyfriend.
No, she was using the money he was paying her in alimony to like that.
And that's why Shane Jr.'s fighting is because his dad got sent to the poorhouse by his fucking cunt of a mother.
Allegedly. Moving on. Alleged cunt.
Quote unquote.
This is Aaron B nominating the London Mint office. 3 incredible world's firsts in one limited edition and only 25,000 available worldwide. The London Mint have sent out world's first WBC official coin, just $14.95 postage, with Povetkin and Dillian White on the front on the Rumble on the Rock. Oh, you got to get one of these, Rob.
What's the WBC connection? Is it because it was an interim title? Fuck off,
These were brought out at the time of the fight. I remember that. Remember, go put for Bellew to beat the last time.
These are going to be one of these coins that you get in 50 years and then you bring it to someone to get valued and they're like, no, there's actually a WBC Pan American coin, interim coin. I can't believe it's not the WBC coin. There's all kinds of them going to be worth fuck all.
Rob, it's definitely a fakester though. You know the way they put the London Mint office.org? It's like a sort of fake Royal Mint, isn't it, man? Have you noticed what it's like some fake company, I think.
Look at Dillian White, he also had a fucking lobotomy in that picture as well, man.
This makes me think of a Rick and Morty quote about the fucking Star Wars coins where he said, I'm not going to tell you that these are going to go up in value or even hold their current value, but they matter to you, and that's what's important.
This is the fucking, what's it called? If it had to do with Povetkin and Dillian White, why didn't they put them on the coin? Who are these two fuckers on it? This is a fucking worse worse coin disaster than the fucking Bitcoin meltdown last week.
I'm going to say it's more cryptic than crypto. You're going to have Dillian White crypto soon, Rob. In Dillians, you have to pay in Dillians.
It looks like Murtaugh and what's his bucket from Lethal Weapon.
Dingo Dillion dollars.
Oh man.
Oh dear.
Fate to Krypton.
Fate to Krypton. Maybe a couple of Dillions would buy you a Chris Glover, dressing gown. Good morning, Las Vegas. I would rather beat one person's shot of whiskey than everyone's cup of tea. Hashtag Superfly. Definite spectrum issue going on here, I think, boys.
Wonder where he got that saying for, because it wasn't his own one anyway. He's not got that. He hasn't got that originality to come out with a comment like that, you know.
That's the bad luck dressing gown, isn't it? Something bad's going to happen to you in Vegas.
Dolce & Gabbana shit that Saunders was wearing against Canelo.
Yeah, and then something happened to Golovkin wore it. He lost as well, man. You take that from that's an L one. That is, get that off you.
Someone shot
like sexy way.
Ronaldo stepping up here, boys. Free kick for about 30 yards, I think, 25, 30 yards.
Someone
big
shot
moment in the game. Here he goes. He's going to... He hits the wall. Carry on, Steve.
Anyone listening on Thursday?
Hey, Rob's back.
There's oh no, that's something completely different. Good old Megan. That was the invite.
Megan the Stallion.
Megan the Stallion. I'll bring that one up off air, I think. Owen_Yard says, who wins in a boxing match, Canelo Alvarez or Jake Paul? Not sure where the 31.8% for Jake Paul have come from, but there you go. That was underneath the Michael Benson tweet.
My guess is they're under 25, and I would hate 90% of their YouTube subscriptions.
I would say you're probably right there. McKenna has nominated G-Main Values. On this date, Mike Tyson did X, Y, and Z. My pop said I am Mike Tyson. I have Javonta Tank Davis as G-Main Values, and he sort of merged them into one, in some kind of creepy image there. Cameron Gillen has been nominated by a few people. Possible troll here. Carl Froch would have battered Andre Ward when they were talking about the rematch. Imagine thinking Ward would have won that against the Froch who beat Butte. Haha, says Cameron Gillen. Oh, here we are. Got a good one coming up. Exactly. Good one coming up here, Andy. It's Tom Gray. This guy is a complete hypocrite who defends the legitimacy of WBA regular title holders, depending on who they are, says Jevon Bay. Here he is calling Rocky Fielding a reigning WBA champion. This was after Tom Gray was going in on the WBA. Gray himself said, this is fight program content, blockhead. Any look finding the same at Ring Magazine. You'll be searching for a while. Well, apparently not. Here you go, mate. Enough of the insults and knowing up to take your takes. Life on the ring. Didn't take long to find.
Oh, he's going to do a time-lapse video back to you, man, as you're going to be raging about. Wait till he time-lapses himself fucking writing his response to you. You'll be sorry.
He's nunchucks it to you, by the way.
Fuck's sake.
He's one big L, that Tom Gray, to be fair. And Michael Benson, Matchroom have now confirmed fight camp tickets will be £750 each plus booking fee for their shows in the Matchroom HQ back garden. Includes transportation to and from the venue, plus festival-style hospitality. What's that supposed to be like in a tent with muddy boots and so half a hamburger?
In the parking lot, you get dropped some ease as well.
You can piss in a flipping Coke bottle.
A clown gives you a Jello shot.
Well, it's only £25 more expensive than the live asylum, so you know what the value is there.
Yeah. And with the cheaper value, everyone shows you their cocks. So if you like cocks, for $725, bargain city.
And big news, we're bringing bulldogs, so it's going to be worth $725.
Oh, a big sweaty slabber and mess, by the way. Christ's sake, sit there getting all upset again.
Fat Dan has tweeted out, breaking, Jean Pascal has not tested positive for a banned substance today. Badu Jack says, the day is not over yet. And John Pascal says, you're just happy because you did not want to fight me anyway. You got dropped in sparing and was not ready. Was not ready for what? You got caught with about 8 PEDs, didn't you?
Weren't ready for this fucking armory that I had for you in the fucking lab. Holy shit. Frankenstein, man, Pascal.
I tell you what, nobody better light up a fag next to Pascal, by the way. He'll fucking explode next to him. Oh, he must be radioactive by this point, like.
He's like that fucking, he's just glowing in the dark, like, that episode of fucking Mr. Burns where they're fucking filling him up with the fucking adrenochrome or whatever the fuck it is. Did he test positive for that yet? No.
Blood of a virgin.
I bring you love.
Oh, that was a good one. Intangible has been nominated by PJ Bennett. I can't be bothered going through that one, but thanks for the nomination. Lions in the Camp has nominated this. Congratulations to Evander Holyfield on his new bronze sculpture right in front of the plaza area of State Farm Arena. #boxing, #Davis Barrios. Let's have a look at it, shall we?
That's fucking the White Delight. That's the wrong statue, man. That's the White Delight Wilson.
That's DMX, man. With steroids, obviously.
He looks like someone, but he's definitely not Evander Holyfield, whoever the fuck he is.
I think it looks like Bernard Hopkins before he went to jail.
What's worse, that or Ronaldo's? Jesus.
Oh yeah, that's the first thing I thought of, Andy.
Ronaldo looks like he's got a stroke in that one, by the
way. Evander looks like he might have one later.
Who is it in the chat? Boom says statue looks like the default creator character in Fight Night.
Looks like he took a cannonball to the gut.
Oh dear. Leonard Ellaby.
Is that my mate Booms, by the way, or is it a different Booms?
I'm not sure. Could be your mate there, Boom.
So identify yourself, Booms.
Identify yourself as Boom. He's sliding in with a. There we go. Leonard Ellaby has been nominated by De Veritas again. He says, "Was it fake?" Booby Miles said, "What's up, Leonard? People are saying this belt is fake, not a real belt, and that Josh Taylor is the undisputed champion." Leonard says, "Was it fake when Canelo had it or no? We will have a packed, sold-out arena." Yeah, and fans tuned in around the world to see the most exciting fighter in the world. Is that fake? De Veritas said, "I wouldn't even waste time. When Tank becomes undisputed at 140, everyone will be quiet. We all know everyone at 130, 135, and now 140 afraid of him." PJ Bennett has nominated.
Well, he speaks to Veritas, that guy.
Veritas. Mercurial1005 has nominated Prince Patel. I love the way Prince Patel does this. He sort of like randomly reads out his rankings all the time. 6th in the world with the WBO and 6th with the WBA. A record of 27-1 with 22 KOs. Reigning Commonwealth, WBO Global and WBA Intercontinental Champion, all achieved whilst being self-managed and self-promoted. We can and will have the first ever Indian world champion. Hashtag Prince Patel. You always get the feeling, Andy, like he's trying to convince himself as much as everybody else.
Yeah, true. I just want to see the pictures with the belts again, mate. I think Tim Boxey needs to get him on his podcast. Actually, I think that would do wonders for his career.
I have to say something.
Mm-hmm.
Go on.
If he is seriously going to be the first Indian champion in a country with more than 1 billion people, by and large, they're the shittiest boxing country on the fucking planet.
Downloads in India have just disappeared. The thing is with Patel, though, it's a bit like Christopher Lovejoy syndrome. He acts like nobody's seen him box. Not saying he's the worst boxer in the world, but he's going on all the time. Like the Michel Banquez fight never happened. We all saw him stepping up for the first time on Channel 5 and getting his arse handed to him. He lost by about 11 rounds on one of the cards. You think we didn't see this?
Yeah, true. But then he goes away to Africa and stuff and fights bums, basically. Gets wins, gets belts, gets ranking and belts and stuff. I mean, I would love to. Not that I want to count his pocket and that, but I would love to know what he kind of gets for these fights and that. I mean, that Commonwealth title sanctioning fees. What is that? 5-10 grand? I'm not too sure. Like, I think you can check.
I think he's got a sponsor, Andy. I say he probably ends up with hardly anything. He probably gets paid enough to train and sort of have living expenses.
Yeah, because I'm assuming he still stays in the UK, but he's fucking travelling to Ghana and all these other far-flung countries and that, wherever he's fighting these days. Egypt and, okay, I'm not saying Hungary's like far-flung, etc. and that, but no, I'm talking about you still got to have, you used to have money in your pocket to try, you got to live, you got to spar, you got to train, you got to eat. So, yeah, somebody's got to be financing all this stuff and that, but you just wondering as well, what is he earning for these fights?
Shout out to them. Shout out to them boys, though, Andy. They gave you a shout out on one of the Facebook feeds.
It was K Box TV. It's the main boxing channel in Ghana.
Oh, Andy, you know we skipped over an upcoming fight in Dongo's fighting my man one time.
Oh, Christ, aye. Juanquinho's fighting. That's for free on Fight TV, actually, as well. So we'll maybe get the beers on that night.
Yep, 100%.
But, yeah.
Who next?
Who next, baby? Sam Peter, Ike Corte, dig them up. I mean, listen, everybody else is coming back in Europe and that, in America. They're all trying to return. Sturm's returned. Floyd's made a return. Oscar's making a return. I like to see like, say, someone else make a return to the ring actually in Africa against somebody. I don't know.
They all watched fucking Rocky 7 or what the fuck ever it was, and they got inspired.
Can we get a Zuma? Can we get a Zuma Nelson versus Billy Nelson?
I was going to say about comebacks. Yeah, Yuri Foreman, we mentioned him the other week, made a comeback and he actually lost. But I'll tell you who else has come back, Andy. Edison Miranda came back after like 7 years out the ring at heavyweight. He weighed in at like 242 pounds.
Holy fuck!
This was the other week.
Oh, I'm going to pull it up.
I had a photo. I forgot to upload it. There you go. Edison Miranda, man, he's back.
See, where's the picture?
I didn't upload it in time. It's on the interweb somewhere.
I just pulled up his record. He got knocked out in 2 rounds, man. Weighing 240. Jesus.
Good old Edison.
Right, so wait a minute. He's no fought. That was his first fight since 2014, which was 190 pounds, which he won in the first round. Bloody hell, man! He got knocked out a guy with a 17-12-1 record. He's 41-year-old as well. Carlos Demetrius Welch.
Shouldn't be fighting anymore. And moving on, Joe Kennedy has nominated Josh Taylor. Why are these fuckwits, Jake and Logan Paul, even being given airtime on the boxing outlets? These guys are total clowns, and as soon as they go into a real fight, they're going to get hurt bad, and it will reflect badly on the sport. Josh continues, stop giving these turkeys the attention they so badly seek. Later on, me and Big Logan Paul, 50-1. What a great guy. Having a selfie with him. Old Josh Taylor.
Good man, Josh. Actually, we could end up down a rabbit hole here because Josh Taylor is had a few pints. Josh Taylor is echoing the thoughts of fucking former two-time welterweight champion Paulie Mapps, who's got into it with a YouTuber, hasn't he? Some YouTuber, all these YouTube guys, they think they can fucking fight. They can't fight. They think, what, you're going to go on YouTube? You're going to hit the bags? You're going to hit the bag? What is it's a different thing.
Touch my cock?
Yeah, so then one of them ran up on him and had for some reason, had a handful of talcum powder when Paulie was doing commentary, slapped him across the back of the head and said, got your neck, in a homage to fucking Jake Paul's Floyd, got your hat thing. And of course, Paulie being Paulie, lost the fucking plot, man, trying to start fighting this fella ringside. And has been going on a typical
he got ragdolled as well.
Your man lifted him up and everything. So what am I going to do if I lose to a YouTuber? This guy, they're going to say, Paulie Mapps, it's a loss for boxing. So if I hit this guy, I'm going to get sued, and it's going to be so easy. So I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to fight this guy. I told Connor the same thing. Connor, I'm going to fight you with one hand tied around my back. Okay, so when I beat you with one hand tied around my back, then maybe you YouTube guys won't start coming to come to the sport of boxing. Okay, all right. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put one hand around my back, and then I'm going to beat this guy. All right. What can I do? I'm Paulie Mapps.
I swear to fucking God, man. He is if he's like if one of the people on Jersey Shore was a pretty damn good boxer. It's like just fucked up, man. Like it's fucked up. He embarrasses me as a fellow Italian American. It's just god awful.
Just when you think he had hit rock bottom when he was spitting on trucks on the side of the street.
He loves a spit, doesn't he, Paulie?
He loves a good spit, Paulie, yeah. What am I going to do? Am I going to fight this guy with one hand? I'll spit in his face.
I have a great idea. We got to crowdfund a trip to Singapore for him then, because when he spits, he'll end up getting sent to jail and caned.
Let's get him caned, everybody.
No, of course. Someone's saying in the chat, we know Paulie knows his boxing. He's one of the best in the biz. As a commentator, he's one of the best in the biz. That don't mean he's not fucking mental. I know my boxing. I'm mental. That doesn't fucking mean anything.
Yeah, you could be a good boxing commentator and an asshole. It's totally possible. You could be two things at once.
Where's your balls, Connor?
You saying you know your boxing actually reminded me of something, Rob.
Is this a new career for you after you finish boxing to maybe be a pundit?
I believe to be a pundit, you have to have really achieved and done something in your career. So for me, at the moment, am I a viable pundit? Maybe not. But do I know about boxing? Yes, I do.
How good is David Price?
The heir to the Klitschko throne. People think I'm...
Woo!
Nailed that one.
That's me in my place.
Apparently he had some inside knowledge that David Price purchased a toilet from one of the Klitschkos.
He didn't need any inside knowledge. He could have just watched a few of his fights. I think that would have told him all he needed to know. I know I would. Good old Tony. Here we are. George Galloway has been nominated by Buddy the Fish. Some bag work, but not too much on 45 at Dewsbury. A Bronze Age turncoat says still does Lucas Brown in under 3 rounds. Yeah, didn't look great, to be honest. Old George on the pads there. Now, Nathaniel Gallimore Gavin Stevens has nominated Bellew of the Week for whoever that interviewer is, asking Davis he can get down to 118 to fight in UA. I believe it was Ali Sekbak.
118, man.
Yeah, which appendage do you want me to sacrifice?
Be lucky if he gets down to 138.
You could actually cut him up actually in sections and still win the way of 118, man.
118.
118.
Sekbak's a knob, isn't he, man? He's funny.
I tell you, Rachel Donaire might have some fucking questions to ask if fucking Tank is able to get down to 118. Holy shit.
Tank's seen 118 since birth, man.
Yeah, Tank was born 118. He's really came out 118.
Done bigger shits than 118. Quinton D. Lilly says, Des, I love you, but are you buying into the fake storyline about Tank? Tank could have fought Josh Taylor, who's the true undisputed champion, at 140. Bet he ducked him to fight for a fake WBA belt. Tank fought well, but beat a dude with no real resume. Des Bryant wasn't having it. He said, who has he fought? The weak contender, says Tom Calvin. Here we are, Matty. Here's one for you. De La Hoya. He's getting rough and tough again. Canelo is like a Mayorga. He's strong, but power doesn't win fights. I love his unhinged bitterness.
He's got a few good quotes in here, and this is from Boxing Scene, taken from Fight Hype article or interview. He said, you know what's happening? Legends and fighters like myself that are retired, the level of competition, except for a few, is not as high as ours was. We fought really hard. So fighters like Barrera and myself, Eric Morales, we get in shape and fight 10 rounds. We can beat anybody. The way we fought back then, it's like a no-brainer. So I think that's what's happening. I can do it. I can do it against that champion right there. He's
it's definitely a no-brainer.
No, definitely
100% no-brainer.
I have a saying, America is getting soft. And that's why I feel like we can do this easily with our eyes closed. It's a no-brainer. I think that's what's happening. All these legends, all these fighters are coming back and saying, I can take this guy with no problem. Let's see here. There's more quotes in here, sir.
I think it's fitting, Matty, that it says Cerveza at the front. I think that's exactly what's going on here.
And then he goes on to say, I think Canelo is like a Mayorga. He's strong. He's strong like an ox, but strong doesn't win fights. And Floyd Mayweather Jr. said that from experience when he beat Canelo. Punching power does not win fights, not at all. I think every fighter progresses and learns a few tricks here and there. I think he has more punching power. He's stronger. But again, power doesn't win fights when you're in there with an elite fighter like a Floyd, like myself, somebody that can see the punches coming.
Fucking hell. Well, I hope Canelo responds to that in the style of Mayorga in his new English fucking speaking persona. That would be something to fucking behold. You're a horrible dresser, man. You wear fishnets and everything, man. Maybe you can't sleep with your wife tonight, man. Oh,
instead of slapping his girlfriend on the ass, you can just slap Oscar on the ass.
Fucking Oscar takes everything up the ass these days, man.
Rough and tough.
Even cocaine, I bet you.
Oh, you better believe it.
Yeah, don't slap on the ass too far. The harder the baggie might fall out.
America needs to shut that soft ass shit up, Rob. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, let's get to him. Soft ass shit, baby.
Oh dear, here he is. Oh, before we get to him, Andy, I thought quite a funny one. I think, who was it? I can't remember who nominated. I'll say it in a minute anyway. But during the corner last night, I didn't spot this. I don't know if anybody else did. But Mario Barrios was getting a little bit of treatment on the old bonds from someone in his corner. Check this out.
That wasn't
some
fucking
random dude started combing his hair.
Wasn't fucking Broner's dad, eh?
Wasn't it Pops, was it? Jesus Christ.
Are you guys curious what Broner keeps in his beard?
No. Probably herpes or something like that. Or
no, but I could hazard a guess, man. I don't think wouldn't need to be a fucking forensic scientist.
Probably mere chins in a Chinese phone book.
It's conditioned with that chick snatch juice.
Oh, mate. Dunno, man. Dunno. We're going to get to her shortly. Jesus Christ.
Like Mr. Twit. It was Roadman Killer, by the way, who nominated that one. Barrios really getting his hair styled in between rounds. Take Aim's Assembly one. I shall attempt to get it up, so to speak, while you jump in, Andy, on the main man himself. Look at that little belly on AB.
Oh, man. That's not really the main point of contention here, baby. It's the thing on the left. Oh, baby. That scene, as I say to you guys, that I've seen mere cock ends and weekends, this thing, by the way. When it came out, I thought, oh, he's got the side piece with him. and then she's got the head down, and then he's getting heckled, and that the dude's washed. He's finished. His OnlyFans page is up and running now. Go watch it. And that he's coochie snatching. He's doing there licking the beaver. He's doing everything he can to try and stay relevant in that. But where he should be staying relevant is in the ring. Not the broom ring, but the prize ring, and he's not doing it. So AB, you say with the gut, the chippy titties, he's washed. He's done. Look at me. Look at her. Look at her.
Like, the two of them at the moment look like they're going to hole up in a hotel in New York and start singing. All we are saying is give peace a chance.
he looks like giving bonus piece a chance anyway. A few times, I'd say.
Woo!
Man, look at her.
He looks like a cheap version of Adrian Broner.
Let me just say this way. Us guys, I can't talk for everybody, but us guys have really got low standards, right? And I dare say we've all been there. We've had a couple of pints in the pub, and that you're saying to yourself, right? Okay, that ugly person's looking a wee bit better than that. But even in this thing, after 6 pints of Stallion, that you're still standing at the back of the pub, and that you're saying to yourself, nah, dude, not worth it, man. It's just no fucking worth it. AB, man.
I think she might have had her eyebrows done by the same fucking person I was telling you that did mine by the looks of it.
Well,
he looks like the last member of Amigos as well, by the way, doesn't he?
She's in a constant state of giving side eye.
Remember when I said that Broner would end up fucked out looking for a handout? Well, there's a fucking female version there, right, by the way. There it is, right there.
I think that's hip sale about fucking 2 years ago. This is the fucking post-apocalyptic.
The thing is, and EB's actually chowing on that.
Matty's right there, man. He looks like you've ordered an AB lookalike, from one of them companies or something to come along.
Hey, Adrian, what are you doing? What are you doing today? Oh, I'm going to the fight, and then I'm going to go raise a barn.
Oh my god!
Oh man, good old brother.
Oh, she's rough as arseholes, that one. Like, absolutely rough as arseholes.
Daniel Mannion says, come on, boys, what's the matter with you? Pussy's pussy, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
He's been in it.
I say to you guys that I say every hole's a goal, right? But there comes a time when the moral fibre of a human being, of a man, decides that, nah, man. Remember, she was getting porridge off someone the week before Broner was doing their chowing.
I think you're fucking underestimating our audience, to be honest with you. I think you're overestimating them.
The reason I wouldn't touch that, and as they get older, I think about that more and more about, every person you sleep with, you're sleeping with every person they've been with, and God damn it, man, I wouldn't want to be anywhere near that motherfucker and what he's been with.
That's like some compounding going on there, Matty.
The third and fourth degrees of that will take you to some dark.
That's some
places.
Compound interest going on there on that photo.
God damn! I mean, like, I just feel like I've just died of some unknown STD by looking at her.
Oh, AB, that was a strong one. That's all the ones that I've got then, boys. I enjoyed the Holyfield one. I like Mario Barrios getting his hair combed. I like Tom Gray as well taking an L. It's a long time coming. I like Josh Taylor as well with the Logan Paul thing, and I liked a bit of De La Hoya. Any nominations from you, Andy?
Nothing really, mate. It's been quite quiet for me this week, but maybe Leonardo just for his hypocrisy, talking about, like, say, when he was asked about Farmer, Lopez, and Taylor and that, or any opponent with a pulse. Everybody's like, he's always got the same excuse and that, innit? What did they bring to the table? Didn't put asses in seats and stuff. Well, what did Barrios bring apart from a fake belt? Yep. I put a fight Gamboa who was washed and that. So, but other than that, mate, quite quiet for me this week.
No problemo. Rob, any from you? Any nominations, Rob, early of the week?
Was it me? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I had a few actually. Did you see the Shakur one? I said I don't know if you can get it up.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
I'll try and cut it now for you. While you're going, Rob?
Yeah, pitiful. So I get to Keith Thurman first. So Keith Thurman had his moment. He had a fight hype interview. He wasn't back for a fight anyway, that's for sure. So he had a fight hype interview where they asked him about who hit harder, how hard did Manny Pacquiao hit, because they were talking about the Spence Pacquiao fight, and he immediately tried to implicate Manny in a hand wrap scandal and said like his hands felt suspiciously like bricks. So I immediately thought, Was there something in there? Now, I'm not saying anything, but immediately I thought maybe there's a hand wrap thing. See, that's the worst thing about this Wilder shit out of these fucking YouTube
God damn
guys.
God damn it, Keith.
Yeah, so he said that, and then he said he said that Pacquiao was mini bricks, but Danny Garcia hit harder. But when he analyzed it, he thought maybe he would give Pacquiao the benefit of the doubt because Pacquiao used the old school Reyes Mexican gloves, and then he had the thought, what would happen to Pacquiao if I was wearing those Reyes Mexican gloves? So talk about reaching.
He's off his head
for fucking excuses, man. He's up in the Andes or wherever the fuck he is, reaching for excuses. And then you had
Keith and I both need to smoke less weed, man. Both of us need to smoke less weed.
Yeah. Something tells me he might be slightly paranoid. And then there's Shakur Stevenson, who, let me just go to the caption and tell the listeners what he said. So he put up an Instagram post, and the Instagram post was Floyd getting robbed in the Olympics. And it says, my pain going to turn me into a superstar. One thing you won't see again is me down bad like I was in that Olympics. I put that on everything. Say whatever you want about me losing, ain't an option for me. And then it's like a video clip of Floyd breaking down after being robbed of the silver medal. And then the next screen is him in a similar pose. Well, look at, and Floyd gave it a thumbs up because you know Floyd. But listen, if that's what you got to do to be compared to Floyd Mayweather, an Instagram post, you got a fucking long way to go. A long fucking way to go. And Shakur Stevenson will want to go and beat somebody with a record like Floyd did at 135 before he even starts mentioning himself in the same breath. Like, do you know how many people got robbed in the Olympics? You'd have a longer fucking Instagram post than just you and Floyd Mayweather. So that don't necessarily mean you're the next Floyd. So I took particular offense to that one. But yeah, that's all from me, dude.
Good stuff, Rob. Thank you very much. That's the one on the screen there that Rob is referring to. Matthew, any from you?
The Oscar one was all I had this week, bud.
Okay, let's go random then. So I like the Barrios one, man. I just like this one. He got the shit beaten out of him. Some dudes reaching in, freaking combing his hair, man. I thought that was pretty good, to be honest, old Barrios. But I think this week I am going to go for old White Delight himself, Andy. I don't know if you're in agreement or you got a different one. It's the Evander statue for me.
You're going for the Evander statue, mate. I really want to go for AB this week, man. He took the side piece, well, man. The side piece. You know, Miss Lubags would be raging. But that Barrios one's really up there. Like there was another one actually. It was a top contender. Who was that again?
We had Tom Gray taking L's.
Tom Gray was another one. There was another one. What else we got?
We've got the Jean Pascal Badu Jack. It's quite good.
That one, John Pascal. I like that one. But
Ellerby as well.
Ellerby, yep, we're talking shit.
Billy Nelson had a cracker, by the way, as well. Didn't he during the week? They were saying Joe Joyce might fight Anthony Joshua in Nigeria, and he said if you really want to have a British fighter fight in Africa, get Martin Bakoli versus Anthony Joshua in the Congo.
Thing is with Billy Nelson, though,
which
Bob,
Congo?
You just know it's going to happen. One of these days, Bakoli's going to sack you off, isn't he? And then get big, massive fight. And poor Billy, after all them hours and hours that he's pumped into him, isn't going to get a penny, man. You just see it coming a mile off.
Yep, you see it happening. I'm going to go for the Barrios situation, mate.
Oh, there's one for Barrios, then. Good choice. So I went for Holyfield. Andy went for Barrios getting his hair combed in the corner. I don't know why that one makes me laugh so much, but it does. Matty, who are you going for?
He's getting the shit kicked to him. He's getting his hair brushed to the gym, man. That's just pure fucking brilliant. I didn't even notice it. I was watching that fight quite close.
No, I didn't see it either.
I think I the Broner thing, I think I have to associate that with him like getting thrown out of the ring during the after the Lubin fight too. And we didn't even mention that as part of it, did we?
I did.
Like,
I mentioned
okay. Like I went and grabbed a Coke real quick. So yeah, I think you have to go with it with Broner because like he's like totally been like thrown off like into the wolves from like in front of the people and been cast away from his brethren. Like he's got to feel like absolute shit. Like he went from like hanging out with Floyd and doing Versace style to walking down the hall looking like trash with a gutter hoe.
Hey, you're still comfortable though, baby.
Oh, I
Remember time we got on the plane, he was flying coach, and somebody was
Oh,
like,
yeah,
filming
that's
him.
right.
That is
They got busted,
AB.
didn't they?
Aye.
Looking all sheepish. It's comfortable,
Yeah.
man.
Still
I'm
comfortable
on
with it.
Southwest because they let bags fly free.
A good old AB.
Oh,
Right.
sorry, but one more thing. Can you
Okay.
imagine if
I'm
he
about
actually...
bargains.
I'm about bargains. Well, is it going to be about babies if he gets that
About
thing
budget?
pregnant, by the way? Can you imagine if he gets that hang up the duff?
Oh, my God.
She'll
Really
take him
wanna think
for
about
everything.
Right.
Hey, she probably film the birth on OnlyFans for us.
You might. He has that many children that you might see eventually 2 of his kids fight each other on pay-per-view if things keep going the way they're headed.
Mate, in the fight, I'm on pay-per-view.
or on TMZ.
Okay, it could be down to you, Rob. It's either you're going to make the decision here, or it could be a 4-way tie. Andy's gone for Barrios, Matty has gone for Broner, and I've gone for the Holyfield statue. So it could be a 4-way tie, or you can make the decision here, Rob.
I like the Barrios one just for the fact that it kind of looks like an 80s pop video. You know, when they hadn't like worked out shit and just had like a fucking talking head with loads of hands coming in from different angles and that, like somebody else coming to start clipping his fucking beard and all that. Like, so I'm gonna go for Barrios just for the fucking sheer bizarre fucking.
He just needs a fluorescent glove in there somewhere.
Yeah, there's one there already. I think that's Michael Jackson there on the fucking on the eye, working the eye at the moment.
Oh, good old Barrios. Congratulations, you are the Bellew of the week. You might have got battered last night, in fact. You might have got battered last week as well, for all we know. The 2 crackheads, Gervonta Davis and Barrios, threw down in Georgia, and Barrios lost, but he won the Bellew of the week, so it's a scant consolation for him, episode 429.